coach. Rebuilding year? Nah. Check out Georgia Tech.
How did Akins get that to drop? Sean Fine, 2 to hoop. Marvin Lewis for 3.
This could be the makings of something big.
Coming up next on ESPN, Kentucky gets set to take on Paul Hewitt and Georgia Tech. Then at 9, Michigan travels to Cameron to take on Mike Dunleavy and number 1 Duke. Also today on ESPN2, catch number 25 Texas in South Florida. Now, let's go live to Phillips Arena in Atlanta for today's first game.
And we start off our day-night doubleheader from Atlanta. Phillips Arena, and it's an ACC-SEC matchup as the Wildcats of Kentucky and Tubby Smith, who started the season 0-2, but Tubby has righted the ship now. They're 3-3 on the year, and his matchup for the first time against somebody new on the Georgia Tech sideline. For the first time in 20 years, it's not Bobby Cremins, but Paul Hewitt in his first year as head coach of the Yellow Jackets. That's our matchup when we return to Atlanta in a moment.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Intel. Get the power of 3, the Intel Pentium 3 processor.
Back in Atlanta, we get set for the Kentucky Wildcats and the Yellow Jackets of Georgia Tech. And we welcome you to Phillips Arena, everybody. Hi, I'm Brad Nessler. Welcome to Atlanta. This is a matchup against a Kentucky team that started off 0-2 and then 1-3. Very unfamiliar territory for them. They've straightened things out, though, including an impressive win over North Carolina. For Georgia Tech, it's not Bobby Cremins anymore. It's Paul Hewitt. New style, new coach. They have a win over UCLA to their credit. This is a 71st matchup. Tech's lost 6 in a row to Kentucky. I usually keep my partner Dick Vitale on a very short leash. We've given him a long leash here to kind of talk about this game. Dick, what's Georgia Tech going to have to do to try to end that losing streak?
Well, thanks a lot, Brad. I'll tell you one thing. If they're going to win today, Georgia Tech, Tony Akins, the left-hander, better be able to make some threes like he did against UCLA when he knocked down 4 from behind the arc. But against Georgia, he was 1 for 12. That will not get it done against Kentucky. He has to have a big day for Georgia Tech to win. And then for Kentucky, they better get Tayshaun Prince on the wing, and the slasher better make some baskets. He has to be consistent, and so does Keith Bogans. When they shoot well, like they did against Kentucky, Kentucky plays super. And I'll tell you something else that's big. Kentucky better watch out for the full-court trap, because Georgia Tech's going to run, press, and trap. And Kentucky in their last game turned it over 29 times. That'll not get it done here today. They better handle the traps, baby. It should be lots of fun. Run, press, and shoot basketball. That is the trademark of Georgia Tech.
And that was a clang. You didn't see that part. But it'll be Kentucky with Tubby Smith in his 4th season, including an NCAA title in his very first year as their head coach. And here's his starting lineup. Bogans and Smith in the backcourt. Tayshaun Prince, Marvin Stone, and Jason Parker up front. And Bogans, their leading scorer, at 16.5 per ball game. Paul Hewitt on the other side, Georgia Tech, after 3 successful seasons with Siena, his first year at the Flats down the street here in Atlanta. He's got a veteran group. 4 of those guys have played together at least 3 years. Akins and Fine, Babel and Jones. Marvin Lewis is a freshman. It's already a 2-time ACC Freshman of the Week. So this is the 71st meeting between these two teams. It goes way back because at one point Georgia Tech was a member of the SEC. Frank Scagliotta throws it in the air. We're underway from Atlanta. My partner is back, and I think you got your breath back, don't you?
Yeah, I did get my breath back. I meant Kentucky over North Carolina. I said Kentucky over Kentucky. Kentucky was brilliant against North Carolina.
93-76 win, their most impressive one of the year. Here's Jones on the baseline to open things up. Got a good look. Lewis picks up the loose ball rebound and scores it.
They're really excited about Marvin Lewis. Could really shoot the basketball. Now here's the full court pressure. Kentucky had 29 turnovers to break a record at Rupp Arena against Eastern Kentucky. Stone
into the front court. And it's Saul Smith to light it up on a 3. He's been shooting a lot better.
Yeah, he really has. And I'll tell you one thing. He's got to get an A+ for his effort on the floor. I haven't seen many college kids that play harder or with the enthusiasm that he plays with.
For Saul, his high school days up the road at Clark Central in Athens when Tubby Smith was the head coach at Georgia.
Did a fantastic job at Georgia in his stay there, as he did at Tulsa.
Here's Tony Akins. He'll try to answer with a three of his own. High up over the score clock and scoreboard. And Paul Hewitt had a chance to spend some time with him on Thursday. A very impressive young coach, 36 years old, and it's the new Georgia Tech regime. A little more running, as you said, more pressing. And that's what the fans in Atlanta will see from him and his team this year.
And they'll shoot a lot more threes, especially people have to be patient, Brad. He's going to have a great recruiting class coming in next year. They have limited personnel this year, but they'll be able to maybe spring an upset here or there.
Smith got open again, and Saul Smith is 2 for 2 outside the arc.
He's saying, hey, who said I shouldn't be playing? Who said I shouldn't be getting PT?
In the first minute and a half, Saul Smith lights it up with back-to-back threes. Fine tries one of his own. Tayshaun Prince clears off the miss.
He's the kid that really has to start to step it up. He's got to become an all-SEC performer like last year.
Stone from the outside and threw up a stone. Alvin Jones with a rebound.
That was Brick City, USA. Alvin had a big game against Georgia. 24 points, 13 rebounds. They say he's more active offensively inside.
Round a pick. Lewis got a wide open look and missed from 15. Nobody there for the rebound except Marvin Stone. Georgia Tech off to a 1-for-5 start from the floor.
They shot poorly against Georgia.
Did they ever?
They can't have another poor shooting night against Kentucky and have a chance to win.
Stone doubled inside. Nice ball movement by the Cats. And here's Parker on a hook.
Nice ball reversal. Swung the ball inside. Jason Parker with the catch inside. Parker and Stone had 10 turnovers against Eastern Kentucky.
So 8-2. Kentucky in front on an 8 straight run. Akins trying to leave it on the baseline, threw it away. And Saul Smith coming the other way. Leaves it upside.
Might have to get a TO, baby. Might have to get a timeout right away. There's a timeout by Paul Ewing. Kentucky's on fire. They're scintillating.
10 straight points for the Wildcats, and they're all over the Yellow Jackets by 8 early. The perfect start for Kentucky, Dick.
We're going to take a look on a post inside. Jason Parker, good awareness. Now here he is with the diagonal pass. Right here. We're going to see him kicking it out right here to the open shooter. And there's Saul Smith with the diagonal. Good execution. Good execution inside, outside. And then we see another one. Look at the ball reversal. Right here. Freeze it. See right there. They swing it side to side. Now he's going to look inside. There's the dump down inside. Jason Parker with the catch. Nobody puts it on the floor. Did a great job. And now we watch them in transition. There's Akins with the little shot. And right now we see the steal, kick it out. And up they go. Saul Smith's going to throw the lob. And there's the finish by his buddy, Keith Bogans.
Near perfect start for Kentucky. They ran off 10 straight points after Tech had the opening bucket. T.J. Vines has checked in for Georgia Tech. So is Robert Brooks. And here's Vines, good three-point shooter when he gets streaky, and there he goes. T.J. the senior knocks it down.
Good ball, Brad. He had a good game against Georgia. Came off the bench and gave him a little spark. He's a veteran. He said a senior, been around, got some good minutes in his career.
Here's Parker. And Kentucky misses 2 in close.
They want to get the big guys involved offensively. They want to get Parker and Stone to be active on the interior.
Here's Brooks with a one-hand hook, and Stone had the rebound, had it knocked away by Brooks, and it's Vines wide open again. Got another one.
Nothing like the trifecta, Brad, to get you back in the game. Makes up for a lot of mistakes, and there's an example.
6 straight for Georgia Tech on 2 T.J. Vines three-pointers.
You shoot that 3, you got a chance to win. Nothing like it. It's revolutionized college basketball.
There's the bench scoring for both teams. Kentucky 27 a game. Both teams use a lot of people, and that's different for Georgia Tech than it's been in the past 19 years. Try as he might, Bobby Cremers didn't play much past 6 or 7 guys.
I really miss Bobby. I tell you, I hope somebody gives him an opportunity to come back. When you think about his career, 15 NCAA tournament bids, you think about 3 ACC championships, a Final Four in 1990, developing all those outstanding players, but they made a great choice in Paul Ewing. Paul brings a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, and he really has created some excitement with his style of play.
We got to know Paul pretty well through his many years as an assistant at Villanova before taking over Siena as the head man. And
did a great job recruiting for Steve Lapis. Tim Thomas, Jason Lawson, the entire gang. 5 years he served up at Villanova.
Nice entry pass to Parker, and he missed in close. So Kentucky goes cold their last 3 trips down court after the big 10-point run. And Georgia Tech can draw even if they score. And that partially blocked by Parker.
Brooks shot that a little too quickly. Got to get a little bit more ball movement. They're zoning right now.
Tayshaun Prince got John Babel in the air and rattled it off the glass too strong.
And that's the shot he's got to make, and that's what I was talking about in the opening, that wing jump shot. He's got long arms. He's got a wingspan. It makes him like a 7-footer.
Here's Akins, open. That'll put him in the lead if it goes, and it does.
I'll tell you again, there is my story. The trend of college basketball, make the three.
What a run by Georgia Tech. Bogans will try outside the arc, and he got it. So now we got a three-point shooting contest going on.
He went 0 for 7 against Penn State when they got beat. The Crispin brothers lit him up for 57 between them. At the end of the day, Joe Crispin had 36 against Pittsburgh.
Tony Akins backpedals and takes another long-range shot. This one off the side of the backboard.
Yeah, not a quality shot right there.
Prince is going to drop it inside to Parker. Estill almost walked with it, got it off the glass.
Marquise Estill was big against North Carolina, Brad. He's really been a solid player off the bench, very active.
Former Gatorade Player of the Year in high school in the state of Kentucky.
Has had a lot of knee problems throughout early in his career.
Sean Fine on a fadeaway off the glass, and Fine is in the score column for the first time. Sean, a senior.
People better forget the book. They say all he can do is shoot the three. He's showing now he can put the ball to the deck.
15-13 Kentucky. And Prince lost the handle on the way to the hoop. And 14-22 remaining. Paul Hewitt's team really came out of that break. There's what he's done in his coaching history, and he's got his team to within 2 here in this matchup with Kentucky. Nestler, Dick Vitale, I'm the point man.
Ooh, give me the rock. Yeah, give me the rock. I'm going to shoot the three, baby. I know one thing, Brad. If I were coaching today, I would recruit 2 specialists that could shoot the three. That's how effective that shot is in a game of basketball. That's why Duke is super. Makes up for a lot of liabilities. You got Dunleavy, Williams, Battier, Duhan. They all can knock down the three.
Well, Kentucky started off. Saul Smith hit a couple, so did Bogans. They're perfect 3 for 3, and they had a 10-point lead. But back came Georgia Tech, especially T.J. Vines. A couple of quick ones. The first 2 times he took a shot off the bench, he buried it, and Georgia Tech actually got back in front by 1.
Well, you called it. You called it immediately when he stepped on the floor. You said, a good shooter. I was trying to do my rehearsal. I worked on that. I had that all down, but you beat me to the punch. I mean, I told you the other night, you even knew that Charlie Bell's girlfriend had 2 majors.
And we got a foul inside. It's going to be on Sean Fine.
Yeah, Sean Fine inside, grabs. I promise today, I swear I promise, Brad, and you make sure, and I'm ending it right now, I will not say that Jim Donham got a raw deal at Georgia. I will not say, even though he did, I promise I won't say it.
Okay.
Okay, that's the end of it.
I think still. Georgia's basketball team actually plays the second part of the twin bill here. Today they'll take on North Carolina State. Tubby, a one-time head coach there.
Yeah, I was talking to Jim Herrick, and he likes the development of some of his young players. He spoke to Herb Sendick. He said he's getting Damian Wilkins back today, and it's a big game for NC State as well.
Indian's been hobbling with an ankle, but should be ready to go. Kentucky goes to its bench. Eric Daniels has done a nice job off their bench. Comes in for Parker.
He's only missed 3 shots all year. From out of Cincinnati, the Diaper Dandy has been outstanding. Really has surprised a lot of people.
87% from the floor.
Little zone right now by Kentucky, coming out multiple defenses, changing defenses. Look at a wingspan Tayshaun Prince has.
Yeah.
Wow, long arms.
Like a 7-footer defensively.
Look at that.
He's 5 for 3. That'll take him out of the zone in a hurry.
I'll tell you, he knocked down 5 against Georgia. He can shoot the ball, Sean Fine. There's that pressure. There's that pressure.
Kentucky takes a timeout.
See, that's Paul Hewitt's style. Shoot the three, shoot the three. I think that's going to really help him in recruiting. Kids are going to like that style.
The Children's Healthcare of Atlanta and Twin Lakes wish to thank the title sponsor of this year's event.
17-16, Georgia Tech in front. We talk about the contributions of the freshmen for Kentucky, and look at the minutes and the points that this group gives it.
Exactly. Their Diaper Dandies have been producing. Hawkins was really big and played exceptionally well off the bench against North Carolina when in that second half they dominated the Tar Heels. Jason Parker's been turning it over. He needs guys to get him the basketball at the right time. He knows how to post inside. He's big and strong and physical, but a good post player needs a guy that can feed him the ball at the right time.
Parker getting a breather, the 6'8 freshman out of Charlotte.
You mentioned Charlotte. They got an outstanding team this year. Bobby Lutz's club is really going to be outstanding all year long.
Only 1 turnover each way so far.
Yeah, they have not forced a turnover.
Georgia Tech with a little matchup Zone.
Yeah, a little active 2-3.
Saul Smith, and he hot. That's 3 straight he's hit out there.
This is the best I've seen him shoot the ball in his career, and I don't only mean right now. I was watching him in a pregame. He was like automatic in a pregame. Seems to be under control.
I talked to him about 10 minutes before the game. I said, Saul, you're shooting it a lot better. He says, I just got to keep it up another day. He's just going from day to day trying to keep playing like that.
I'll tell you one thing. He was telling me before the game, he said, I'm ice cold. He said, it's freezing in here. It's
It is cold in here.
Yeah, it doesn't
the
look
Thrashers played here last night, so the ice isn't too far removed. Bogans with a steal. That's a second Aikens turnover. And Daniels, and it's going to be a blocking foul on Georgia Tech. Two officials looked at each other.
Frankie Scagliano with the call. Good football coach in high school. Came back from a sabbatical. Let's look at Paul Hewitt, Siena. Did a great job at Siena. Look at the hustle. Grabbing on a loose ball. Look, scrapping. There's Dan kicking it out. Bogans.
And Babel tried to hold his ground right here.
It is Babel, who's going to be a graduate student now, graduating December 17th.
Daniels missed the free throw. Well, John came in here. None of the group he came in with is around anymore because
they're all
he's
gone.
a 5th-year senior.
Yeah. Daniels from out of Cincinnati. You and I will be down there for that shootout on Thursday. Let me tell you. Have you ever done one of those games?
I think I did one, yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
I did one last year when Xavier upset them, and they were
That's right.
#1. That place was electrical.
Yeah, it rocks.
It's going to be rocking on Thursday. Brad and I are coming down to the Queen City.
Get ready for a little chilly while we're there.
Yeah.
It'll probably be chilly when we're there. Tech works it around the perimeter. Clarence Moore checks into the lineup for Georgia Tech. Tony Aikens off the rip, but Babel with a follow.
Babel with that good hustle on the inside. He's had a lot of injuries. A hip injury that's really curtailed him this year. Look at him hustle. Always scrapping.
Inside, Estel. Up strong, chance for a 3-point play.
Marquise Estel did a great job of recognizing him inside in the secondary part of their offensive concept and attacking the pressure. Now watch Babel. Babel's going to come down. Here he is attacking the glass. His brother played 3 years up at UMass. Look at him hustle. He's running up and down the floor. He trips. He trips. He said, come on, bounce up. Bounce up, John. Come on. You got to bounce up. We got the camera on you. There he is with the follow.
And now Estel at the free throw line, trying to cap a 3-point play and can't.
Estel's got that good range for a big player. He can go inside, outside. He's had a lot of tough luck with those injuries we talked about to his knees inside playing Jones. They're going to get Jones some touches.
Kentucky's missed its last 3 free throws. That's something they haven't done well, and Georgia Tech turns it over again. Saul Smith, another pull-up jumper. This time he didn't square up.
Exactly.
He was on the run.
Exactly. Good call, Brad. He forced that shot. He didn't square his body.
Aikens bumped a little bit by Fitch.
See what happens when you're a shooter and you're knocking shots down. You think they're going to go in any way you shoot them.
That's right.
You just feel you're on fire. Look at Saul right here. A lot of empty seats here today. A lot of empty seats. Where are all the fans, man? This is Kentucky. This is Georgia Tech.
It's an early start, but I guess apparently the word wasn't out that you were going to be here quick enough.
They got to get Lewis some looks. Reputation as a big-time shooter.
Nice feed inside by Moore.
Moore's coming back from a broken bone in his foot. Got limited playing time in his last game.
Georgia Tech within 2 as Alston Lane connects for the first time.
Here's Hawkins with the basketball out of Oak Hill Academy. Did a great job against North Carolina. He quickened the tempo of the game.
Blevins also into the Kentucky lineup. Daniels lost the handle en route to the hoop, and they turn it over. And now Georgia Tech with a chance to tie as Lewis comes out of the pile with it.
They're really impressed with Lewis.
Lane for the lead. Got it.
Austin Lane shooting that trifecta. That's going to be the trademark. You know, Billy Donovan style. Just like Billy Donovan style. That's what Paul Hewitt's going to be utilizing here.
Georgia Tech has 5 3-pointers, and we're not even at the midway point of the first half.
Well, we said in our opening, got to make the 3 for them to have a chance to survive. And they're showing today they're making them.
23-22. Yellow Jackets lead the Wildcats. Daniels, a lot of congestion in that lane right now. Too much.
Yeah, they're not real. They don't have good balance in terms of being separate from each other by 17 feet. The spacing's not really good right there offensively.
Georgia Tech shooting the 3, and it's put them in the lead. They're up by 1.
It's here.
Georgia Tech in front Thanks to the three-point shot, 23-22. We've got 11-17 left in this one. It's part of a day-night doubleheader for you on ESPN. Coming up later tonight, Michigan Wolverines will travel south to Cameron Indoor Arena. They'll take on Shane Battier, the #1 team in the country, the Blue Devils of Duke. Michigan and Duke tonight at 9, right here on ESPN.
Well, the first mistake Michigan made was #1, not recruiting Shane Battier. Right there from the state of Michigan. Jason Williams, to me, Brad, is the premier guard in the nation. I really believe he's the best and most complete guard in the land. He can make threes, he can penetrate, and you talk about Michigan. You got to feel bad for a guy like Brian Ellaby, and you think also of a guy like Steve Robinson, good guys down at Florida State, but really struggling right now. You root for them, and you see Florida State got beat by Furman and by South Florida at home. At home.
Here's Lane in the lane. How about that?
I'll tell you, what a nice...
He's 3 for 3 off the bench.
I was just going to say, what a productive player. You talk about getting quality minutes out of a guy.
Averaging 4.7 a game, and he's got 7 already.
Yeah, he's saying, Coach, I need more PT. You get me more PT, I can produce.
Georgia Tech now on a 9-2 run. It's been a game of runs on both sides, and Georgia Tech with its biggest lead, 25-22.
It looked like they were in trouble early, but came out and made those threes, and it gave them a lot of confidence, and they're playing with some rhythm to it right now.
They really are.
Aiken seems more under control than he did last year.
More feeds inside. Jones hasn't had many touches, and he delivers.
Good balance right there. That's what they've been working on him, to get balance on the inside, become a little quicker.
Well, the Georgia Tech fans that are here are awake now. Saul Smith will try another 3, and he's missed his last 2 after hitting 3 straight.
Maybe it's just watching a few minutes, Brad. You've seen these kids a lot more than I do because you're right here from Georgia. But I think that Alvin Jones, as we watch him right now, turn to the baseline, good spacing, gets good separation, and there he is with a little jump shot. I think that he and Akins have improved immeasurably in just their shot selection and just the way they're playing with some spirit.
One of the things that Alvin Jones always seems to have had trouble with is just catching the ball. Georgia Tech turns it over with a 5-second call on an inbound. You don't ever want that to happen.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to score if you can't catch the ball.
Well, that's just it. He doesn't have the greatest hands in the world, but he's shown improvement in that area this year.
Look at the numbers right now. Averaging 17 a game, 9 rebounds. I mean, you know he can block shots.
Absolutely.
All-time leader in the history of Georgia Tech, breaking John Sally's record, who's now a host. I caught him on the TV the other day. He's a host. Yeah.
He's a big shot.
He never had me as a guest.
Stone inside. Misses the shot, but he'll go to the free throw line. Midway point of the first half, Georgia Tech by 5. And Dick was talking about Alvin Jones, who just picked up the foul, also among the shot block leaders all time. And look at the group that's in front of him. Duncan, Sampson, and Tree Rollins at Clemson.
I'll tell you, talk about Tim Duncan and Ralph Sampson. What a 1-2 combination that is. Duncan, to me, you talk about a guy unselfish, classy, and what an example for young kids. Follow Tim Duncan. Follow a guy like David Robinson and a Grant Hill. Great role models.
To mention staying at school the full time.
That's what I mean. 4 years. And then, you know what? They're not starving. They got their cash.
No, they're not. They got the cash.
And you better believe they're not starving.
Marvin Stone hits a couple of free throws to cut the Tech lead to 3. And here's backcourt pressure from the Cats, and T.J. Vine's having some trouble, but he's fouled by Saul Smith.
Yeah, really. You don't want to foul back there. Saul gets called for a foul with 70 feet away from the basket. You know, things don't get easier for Kentucky. They got a date with Michigan State coming up next at Michigan State.
Their November, December schedule is murder's row.
But they are Kentucky, and Kentucky always wants to play the best.
That's true.
I talked to Larry Ivey as we see a turnover. Oh, he got a timeout. Got a timeout.
Well, Hewitt got a timeout call, or it would have been a backcourt violation again, as they had trouble on an inbound earlier. Brad Nessler and Dick Vitale with you from Phillips Arena, the home of the Atlanta Hawks and Thrashers. Today, home to both Georgia Tech and Georgia in a doubleheader here. And Georgia Tech coming in 4-2 against a 3-3 Kentucky team, both with quality wins over the course of the last week. Georgia Tech beat UCLA in the Wooden Classic by 5, and Kentucky was very impressive in their win over North Carolina. So they both were hanging that on the week, although Georgia Tech lost to Georgia a couple of days ago.
I tell you, I was talking to Larry Ivey before, Brad, and he was telling me about scheduling. He works hand in hand with Tubby Smith, and that they want to put some good balance in their schedule. And CM Newton worked hand in hand also with Rick Pitino. I want to wish our best to CM, a little bit under the weather. I talked to his son, and always one of our favorites.
You bet. Always
one of our favorites. One of the great athletic directors of all time, a Hall of Famer.
Tony Akins clears everybody out, brings it up against Saul Smith. Lane's all alone. He's perfect so far. He misses from 3-point range, but Alvin Jones will keep it alive. Akins backpedals off the penetration and drops in the jumper.
He was Mr. Basketball when he played in high school. Beat out D.A. Lane for that honor. But the other night, Lane was the PT peer. Had a sensational game for Georgia.
Tony played out at Berkmar. Great basketball program out there in Decatur. Nice look down low by Tayshaun Prince, and the hook shot doesn't go. The follow by Stone does.
Marvin Stone from out of Alabama. There he is, comes down the gut. You people watch Alabama this year in basketball. I know they had a tough time with Wofford, but they're going to have a great year.
Vines got his man in the air and had it knocked away on the baseline. And Marvin Stone stepped out of bounds.
Georgia Tech substitution, number 24, Mark.
You know, mentioned the SEC. Ole Miss has really surprised a lot of people early. Rod Barnes with a great win over Oklahoma. We're going to watch here to follow up by Marvin Stone. Nobody blocks him out. There he is, comes down to gut of the defense.
Babel tried to, but he just doesn't have enough height to stay in there with Stone.
They're doing a great job matching up on Marvin Lewis. They know he can shoot the ball from the wing.
Tony Akins
That's a
could
bad
drive,
shot.
but doesn't finish against the tall timbers in there.
Yeah, he should have kicked it out. He had Marvin Lewis on the wing, penetrated. Should have kicked it out.
Nice entry pass by Smith. Parker trying to find the handle. Finally does and scores.
He's strong, very physical inside. Reminds me so much when I used to go scouting. A young guy from out of the Bronx, New York, named Kimberly Belton, our producer, who went on to Stanford.
And Stardom now.
Yeah, he went out to stardom at Stanford as well.
Part of their Hall of Fame at Stanford.
We give enough publicity for him. That's enough, okay? Your daughter's here. Let's give her some PR.
Babel misses outside, kept alive. Georgia Tech with another offensive rebound.
Oh, nice fake.
Lewis from 15. That's short as well.
I can't wait to see him shoot the rock because they told me I was hearing all kinds of adjectives about his shooting ability.
Saul Smith with the left hand. Babel clears off the miss. Smith goes down on the baseline. Tech has a man advantage right now if they can take advantage of it. And Tony Akins bumped inside. It'll be a foul on Keith Bogans. Kentucky has got it to within a point. 7:50 remaining. First half. Georgia Tech with a 1-point lead.
There's Brad's daughter, the second from the right. Wow.
Figures she'd be the one that's eating.
Look at her right there. She's pointing now. Wow. Wow, there she is right there with her beautiful friends in town cheering for the Ramblin' Wreck.
Here's Saul Smith early. Red hot from outside. And Saul with 3 straight threes. He's cooled off since then, but he helped get Kentucky the early lead. But Georgia Tech rolled back with 3-pointers of their own. And right now they lead 29-28. A little under 8 minutes remaining in the half.
Very tough to play for your dad. I really believe, Brad, my feeling is with any NBA openings coming up next year that this guy's going to be at the head of the list of NBA execs if they want to find a college coach. I know for a fact last year that he was like the #1 guy right here. Atlanta wanted him badly. He's a great communicator, did a super job with the dream team. The players really like him.
Sean Fine hits his second 3.
But I don't think he's going to leave Kentucky. As we see Fine, he's got some good recruits coming in next year.
Well, his biggest problem was winning a national championship his first year.
I know. If you
It's
can call
kind of
that a
hard.
problem.
The expectations get bigger if that's possible.
Wow. Following year went to the Elite 8, and last year got beat by Syracuse. He's got a great shooter coming in next year by the name of Caruth. Really can shoot the basketball off Oak Hill's team. Tubby just a classy guy,
Yes,
good
he is.
family man. There's a look.
Wasn't that long ago, was it?
Yeah, national champs, 1998. Beat a good Utah team. We got to get Rick Majerus back. As you see Kentucky right there. 2 out of 3 years won the national title. Turner, there's Wayne Turner, outstanding collegiate guard. He's cutting the nets down. What a feeling.
Now in his 4th season. And a 5-second call goes against Kentucky.
The next date, as we said, is Michigan State, and we have Michigan State, UNI, in that Seton Hall game in the Jimmy V Classic.
Boy, that'll be
I
great.
can't wait. And also the first game, Tennessee and Virginia. Virginia is dominating people. Outstanding club Peter Gillen has.
Virginia, Tennessee, and then Seton Hall, and the Michigan State team that we saw on Wednesday night. Man, was I impressed, especially with the 2 freshmen.
Wow, what balance they have inside, outside. The Zach attack was sensational. Zach Randolph.
Marcus Taylor did it from the outside in the second half. Sean Fine trying to create something, drove the lane, and the rebound on the miss. Tayshaun Prince.
Yeah, Sean Fine's added a little bit more to his game rather than just be a specialist shoot the basketball.
Here's Bogans outside. And Keith lights it up for three.
Keith Bogans had a big game against North Carolina against his buddy Joseph Forte, who he played high school with at DeMatha.
Lane on the drive and pushed on the way to the hoop.
Kentucky foul on number 21, Tayshaun Prince. That's his
Here's Georgia Tech's young guys. We talked about Kentucky's.
Diaper Dandies making impressions all over America. Mentioning those Diaper Dandies, you see Lewis, we have not seen him shoot the ball like he's capable, and Brooks is a very active rebounder. But you ready for this? I was at the airport about 5:45 a.m. They told me you had already left Thursday over in Lansing after the game, and they told me, one of the kids came to me and said, guess who I was with at 4 o'clock in the morning doing a term paper? Zach Randolph and with Marcus Taylor. He said they were working on a term paper at 4 a.m.
Those guys had it worse than we did. All we had to worry about was wake-up calls.
Exactly.
So Lane got 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Georgia Tech's first free throw of the ball game. Here's Hawkins all the way through traffic. Just didn't finish. And Lane clears the board.
He's got good quickness, Hawkins. He makes him be able to speed up the tempo of the game.
Georgia Tech with 6 3-pointers so far. There goes another one. Nope, that's just inside the 3-point line. How about Halston Lane?
Yeah, that left hand is shooting the basketball. Really having a big afternoon.
Leading Georgia Tech in scoring off the bench. 10 points already for him.
It's a nice stroke.
Bogan, great drive inside.
Yeah, Keith Bogans, he's a slasher. He's a scorer. He's got that scorer's mentality. Tenacious.
Georgia Tech by 2.
We got a good one here.
Yes, we do.
Very
Good.
quiet. Not too many people watching here live. I know a lot of watching on the tube.
Lane's going to try another 3.
Are you serious?
You gotta be kidding.
Oh, are you serious? Hey, where has this Diaper Dandy been? Now look at him playing on the defensive end. I saw him take a peek at Paul Hewitt and said, Coach, I've been sitting on a pine too much.
I guess so. He's got 13 points.
He's exhausted. Now, look at him. He's exhausted.
He's tripled his average. Georgia Tech 7 of 11 outside the arc. And Fine goes to the floor.
Tayshaun really struggling yet.
And you know what? The hustle of Sean Fine is what got Kentucky that basket, because when he went down, Tayshaun on a little give and go goes right in the lane and scores.
Seems to be a step slow. I think he's thinking too much, Tayshaun, rather than just reacting.
Here's Bogans. He doesn't think too much. Goes straight to the hole with it. And Brooks trying to save it. It'll be out of bounds to Kentucky.
They lost a tough game to St. John's in a coaches versus cancer. You want to hear a classy move? There was a call at the end that went against Kentucky, and it was a bad call. But Tim Higgins called up Tubby Smith and said, Coach, I made a mistake, and I'm sorry. And that is class, Mr. Higgins. Well, that is class.
We did that game and saw that play and thought that at the time. And it definitely didn't give Kentucky the chance they needed at the end. Here's an offensive foul. Nope. They're going to call it on Georgia Tech. I take it back. It was right the first time.
Yeah, it was a charge. Definitely was a charge.
It'll be on Hawkins.
16th foul.
I'll tell you, Halston Lane, what a show he's putting on. Shooting the jumper. Off the bench. He's been a key here today. Every year stroking it.
Freshman out of Oak Ridge, Tennessee.
Jerry Green, how did he let him get out of the state? There he is, showing that range. An area code jumper. Shot that from Marietta, Georgia. I almost bought a house one time in Dunwoody. Beautiful Dunwoody.
You fit right in with the folks at Dunwoody. They'd like to have you out there.
I almost bought a house. That's where UB Brown was living, Mike Fratello, all those guys years ago.
Of course, you might make that neighborhood too loud. Fine. Misses a free throw.
He's got a nice touch by. Played at Stonehill.
Eisenhower checks in for Georgia Tech. 3 out of 5 for the floor. Gets the second.
No relation to the president, former President Eisenhower. Don't spell his name.
Don't spell it the same way.
Mention the president. What is happening in Florida? Unbelievable.
Inside, Stone makes a tough catch and then scores.
I mean, you watch Stone and Estill and guys like Parker, they should be so much more effective than they've been earlier this year on the inside. They got good ability.
Paul Hewitt really wanted Georgia Tech to get that ball down court to the guy that's got it right now, Lewis, and he loses it.
Yeah, because Lewis was spotting up to shoot the 3.
He was wide open. They didn't get it to him. Prince trying to go in with a jam, and he's fouled.
He really reacted there. I'll tell you, that was Tayshaun Prince of last year, the way he attacked the basket. Paul wanted to charge. Paul Hewitt wanted to charge. Hey, his team's at Siena. You ready for this? 2 years in a row. His first 2 years led the nation in free throw shooting.
And the last 2 years he was there, they were third in the country in scoring. So they get it up and down the floor as Tech's done today. Here's another look at Prince on the drive.
Ooh, I think it's a good call. I think it's a good call. I thought he was moving.
I think Clarence flinched a little bit. Otherwise, he maybe could have held his ground.
We're going to watch Stone on the interior using that little jump hook. A lot of big guys got to utilize that shot. Very tough to block it because you seal the defensive player off. Tayshaun,
6'9" junior, California native, knocks him down.
Came out of a high school, Dominguez, an outstanding high school. In fact, they just had a big win with Tyson Chandler over Eddie Curry's team from out of Thornwood. 42 scouts were there to watch Chandler and Curry go head-to-head.
Got our first tie of the game, and T.J. Vines took him about 10 seconds to break the tie.
I tell you, he likes to shoot the rock. As soon as he comes off the bench, he's instant offense.
And a steal by Vines as Prince lost the handle. And right back to Kentucky it goes.
Oh, sloppy play right there off Saul's foot.
Everybody hustling. Vine pulls up for three. Big shot by Sean Fine.
Nothing like shooting the trifecta, baby.
And he looks at Saul Smith and smiles.
Get me some three-point shooters. He Saul, I'm going to give you an assist on that one.
Look at the smile on Sean Fine's face. He scrambled for the loose ball, came up. Really nobody on that end of the court, and says, you know what, I'm going to try one more.
Take a look at the threes being shot here today. 13 for 20 between both clubs. Look at Sean Fine. He's not even thinking of going to the basket. He said, let me find that line and drill it. NBN, nothing but nylon. Great touch by Sean Fine. There he is. He finds the line quickly.
He's got 3 of Georgia Tech's 8 3-pointers in the first half.
I would hit the road and recruit and find me those shooters. I would go to every house on the street that has those baskets hanging out where kids since the time they're 5 years old is shooting the rock.
Leave no stone unturned, right?
You know, Brad, I really don't believe, coaches can work with kids. You can improve a kid's shot. You can work with them technically. But a lot of that starts with touch and feel. It's the same with a baseball hitter. Some guys go to spring training and they work hours and hours and hours, and when it's all said and done, they hit 231. And the guy that's the Tony Gwynns of the world, they're going to hit their 300s.
The guys that hit 231 are still making $7 million a year.
No, if you make if you hit 300, you make $25 million.
3-point Georgia Tech lead, 3:48 left in the half. Makings of a 100-point game for the winner the way it's going right now. Tech by 3, 3:48 left in the first half. Tomorrow afternoon, ESPN2's got a Big Ten SEC challenge for you. Women's college basketball, Twinville, 2:30. Michigan State takes on the Crimson Tide of Alabama. And at 4:30, number 24, Vandy battles Lisa Shepherd in 11th ranked Penn State. That's tomorrow afternoon starting at 2:30 on ESPN2.
We're talking about surprise teams. I mentioned Mississippi, Oregon. What a job they're doing. Undefeated Ernie Kent's club. They got a kid out there really good by the name of Frederick Jones. They've been a surprise. And what about Georgia State? 7-0.
That's right. Left-handers got him playing.
He may have the best team in the state of Georgia.
That's well, they've beaten Georgia already.
Exactly. And they're playing tonight. If they get this win tonight, that would shock me. They're playing at Creighton. Creighton's very good, especially at home.
You saw the turnover story in the game. Fairly well-played ball game, and the shooting has definitely heated up. And a whistle, foul inside is going to be charged to Estill.
Yeah, Curtis Shaw with the call. Dribble penetration by Tony Akins, trying to get in the gap and seam of the defense. Yeah, lefty. It's so great to see a guy with a passion and spirit and enthusiasm. Has 740 wins. As you watch him, Paul, you would coach on that sideline. It's so great to see a guy like Lefty wanting to still coach. Just like Rolly Massimino down at Cleveland State. But you got to remember, these guys were at such high visible programs. They just want to coach.
Eisenhower comes in. Clarence Moore goes out. Tony Akins, a junior point guard. I wanted to clear up something I said earlier. I said he played at Berkmar in Decatur. Berkmar obviously is in Lilburn. I know where it is. I've been there 100 times. It's Darryl LeBerry that played in Decatur in high school.
Well, you're at home right now. I mean, this is your home territory.
Game.
You get in a car, 20 minutes, you're at home. Going to a nice Christmas party, relax. I'm heading out to the airport.
Loose ball. Georgia Tech comes up with it. Tony Akins on the run. Cross courts it to Lewis. Pull-up jumper. Off the front of the rim, and the battle for the rebound is going to go to Kentucky.
Marvin Lewis coming up empty with that shot, and he's been really big. Had a great game against UCLA, 15 points, 10 rebounds. You talk about a team struggling. Wow. Stevie, Lavin's club is really struggling UCLA, but they just have so much talent that you know they're going to turn it around.
They have to at some point.
And I got a letter from him about the uniforms. I got a letter from him. He said the kids voted. They want those navy blues. He said, well, we're not going to forget about the others. We just have 3 sets of uniforms. They sent me a letter. Stevie, I don't care what they voted. UCLA, tradition, tradition.
That's right. Moore comes back in now. Estel at the free throw line is 3 of 4. And Kentucky is a team 9 of 12.
Kentucky getting more opportunities, obviously, because they're going to the inside a little bit more.
Got them both.
See, I think when you look at scheduling, you can balance. I'm looking at the scheduling here. They got Indiana, Louisville, Michigan State, and then life in the SEC, one of the toughest conferences in America.
Tony Akins will try 3. Moore's trying to follow. Ball still loose. Saul Smith will clear it out to Tayshaun Prince. Bogans on the dribble over Akins. And push underneath. Estel went for the follow, and he was pushed by somebody in the lane.
Estel very active. I like his ability. He can go inside, outside. He makes things happen when he comes off the bench. He creates opportunities and scores. Look at this pre-conference. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's murder's row. That's what we were talking about.
Look at that. But it is Kentucky. But I want to make it very clear that they work hand in hand. Tubby and Larry Ivey, who's doing a great job taking over for CM. I tell you one thing I like what they did with their policy involving athletes concerning drinking and driving. Jules Kamara is being suspended for the year. Now at least you don't lose a scholarship. The penalty is probably more severe than any schools in America. You get 1 year suspension, which is heavy, but you're allowed to stay in school, practice with the team. And I think that was a good move on their part because I thought it was too severe, taking the scholarship away as well. Because now you can give counseling and you can help a kid rather than the kid just leave and go somewhere else.
Lane outside to Brooks. A 1-point ball game with 2.5 to go in the half. Brooks speeds inside Lane on the baseline. This kid's been unbelievable.
Yeah, he's showing he can shoot the ball medium range or long range.
He's got 15 points.
Exactly. Great first half.
Bogans with a 3 on the other end. And Tayshaun Prince had it swiped away by Tony Akins from behind. Akins, no look pass to Moore. One extra pass to Brooks.
That's being unselfish. That's the style of all the great teams. That's North Carolina over the years, Duke. That is, you know, you talk about the great teams that play the game of basketball. Always looking to make the extra pass.
And a foul on Lewis, but Georgia Tech has matched its biggest lead. They're up by 5 with 1:53 left. But watch the extra pass. There's the no look, and then Moore, 1 extra.
Very unselfish. A trademark of an Arizona. Oh, by the way, we want to send our best to Bobby Olson, Lute's wife, who's undergoing a procedure, battling ovarian cancer. And I'll tell you one thing, she's been such a courageous lady over the last 3 years. Bobby, our prayers are with you.
Absolutely.
And Lute's not going to be with the team today, Coach, and he's staying at home.
As he should.
Obviously.
Tayshaun misses the free throw. We talked about some of the things. You talked about Jules Kamara being out of the Kentucky lineup, and that's not the only guy that he thought he would have this year.
Yeah, take a look at some of these guys that could have been in a Kentucky uniform. Bradley doing a great job at Villanova. Allison had problems off the court last year.
Hogan a transfer as well.
And Hogan now was up at Iowa playing with Steve Alford and Iowa Hawkeyes. We got a great player in Reggie Evans.
Foul is going to be on a loose ball on Eric Daniels.
In fact, Brad, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Iowa beat Georgia Tech in the ACC Big Ten shootout.
They did.
Yes,
There's
sir.
the 2 transfers on the top, and Allison and Kamara. And Kamara will be back.
He has a chance to be back next year because now they're not taking a scholarship. He's appealing his conviction of driving, I guess, under the influence. If he wins the conviction, then he'll be allowed to play. But if he doesn't, it's a 1-year suspension, which is deserved. You've earned that. I mean, you have those kind of problems, you don't deserve to play for at least a year and get your life in order.
And Tubby said to me a couple of weeks ago, he said, more importantly, Jules is on the right track. We got him squared away. So he was more concerned about the kid than the basketball player, at least when we were talking about it at that time. Lane battles for the rebound, keeps it alive, and then steps on the sideline.
He's having a half that you absolutely dream about when you're a player coming off the bench. Now he feels very bad for throwing the basketball.
He didn't mean to hit him in the face, and
Right.
the contact popped out, and they found that one too as David Hobbs, assistant coach, tracks down Eric's contact lens.
Former Alabama head coach David Hobbs.
Boy, Lane has been all over the court for Georgia Tech.
Oh, he's played brilliantly here. We're going to watch him right now, hustling and scrapping.
Oh,
wow.
That one hurts.
That hurts.
Could be a couple minutes before you can get that contact back in. Courtyard by Marriott halftime reports coming up. Reese Davis will be along. Look at the Heisman report. Notre Dame and Miami will get together. All that and more at halftime. Reese has been doing it all, filling in for Dan Patrick on ESPN Radio yesterday. He's working with us this weekend.
And Bogans with that shot. Reese, Alabama, I'll tell you it is. Oh, I like Chris Winkie in that Heisman, but it's going to be an unbelievable battle with Heupel. Those two went at it for the Davy O'Brien. They're getting more awards. They're going to need a U-Haul to take all their trophies.
Well, that fills a whole show for us on Thursday night at ESPN. Lane from Peachtree. Brooks got the rebound and scored it on the baseline.
Well, he's a good offensive rebounder. He played in high school with Jason Richardson at Arthur Hill in Saginaw, Michigan. Jason has become Jammin' Jason, a superstar, baseline beauty for Michigan State.
Ooh, tough pass. Saul Smith
Nice
got
pass.
it to Bogans and inside to Parker where he's fouled by Fine. 5-point Georgia Tech lead with 53.9 remaining. Well, the Heisman Trophy will be handed out tonight.
Wow.
There's the 4 guys that'll be there, and that's in no particular order.
Yeah, 4 really quality guys. Our guy Chris Fowler will be there as well. He'll be touching that Heisman. I like to touch a Heisman just one time.
Well, we had the booth with us last week.
You did? Oh, I would love to touch one.
The thing is heavy. You wouldn't believe how heavy it is. It says it's 25 pounds. It feels like it weighs 75 pounds when you pick it up.
You know, it's sad when you're reading about athletes giving up their Heismans for auctions and all. Billy Sims and company and OJ, etc. It just blows my mind.
Well, the word this week is that William the Refrigerator Perry was selling his Super Bowl ring. That was the one that was the local talk this week. Parker got the free throw. And we've got a 4-point ball game in the final 40 seconds of the first half.
We got a high score in half. I mean, the NBA doesn't score like this.
The Hawks haven't put this many points up in a half so far this year, I don't think. Brooks. Oops. Loose ball. 10 on the shot clock. Just under 30 on the game clock. Tony Akins is going to take one from way out. And the rebound is Prince. Kentucky with a chance to close the gap before halftime. And they will.
They do a great job finding the trailer in transition. Good job of coaching the running game. That's the secondary phase to the trailer. That was not a good shot by Akins, by the way.
Georgia Tech will take the last shot. And they're going to have to hurry. Sean Fine around a pick just before the buzzer and off the mark. And we got a 2-point game at intermission.
We had a lot of
good ball game. Yeah. Stone may have hurt himself on that last break that cut the lead of Georgia Tech's down to 2. He hobbles to the locker room. Tommy Smith's right there with him, but
here he is now. Watch him run the break. He really fills the lane well. Number 24. Now he's the trail man. There he is, the trail man. There's the catch, the jam.
And he came down funny right at the very end there, I think. 52-50, Georgia Tech leading. Great first half. And our Courtyard by Marriott halftime reports next. Reese is standing by.
Presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by EA Sports. If it's in the game, it's in the game.
Halftime in Atlanta. Georgia Tech leading Kentucky 52-50. Our intermission score in a seesaw battle. A lot of lead changes in a game of spurts and streaks in the first half. Some unselfish play too, Dick.
Yeah, really unselfish. Doing a great job of penetrating, finding the open man. TJ Vines knocking down the 3. They knocked down 8 threes in the first half. There's Bogans giving it up to the trailer. Stone in transition. There's Akins giving it up. There's the extra pass again. Did a great job of moving the ball, Georgia Tech.
You know, Halston Lane might as well have been Lois Lane coming into this game today, and he's got 15 points, leads everybody in scoring.
Jimmy Herrick was just telling us, he said in the last game, he said he didn't score against us.
Right.
He said, I'm glad it's tonight. And I'll guarantee you the scouting report, he didn't get the attention that Akins and Jones got. But what a great half he had. Halston Lane was really on fire. Look at the unselfish play right here.
Both teams with 11 assists.
Yep.
Both with pretty strong shooting from the floor and great three-point shooting by Georgia Tech. 8 of 17. That's the difference in the ball game as we look in on the beginning of the second half from Phillips Arena. There's that three-point shooting for both clubs.
Matchup zone. Paul Hewitt has him coming out hustling and playing a matchup. Going to make Kentucky shoot the wing shot. Prince was 1 for 3. He's got to be much more active.
And Alvin Jones barely touched the ball for Georgia Tech. Bogans off the mark from outside the arc. Kept alive, though, by Kentucky. Prince will try one. And he misses as well.
He shot put that shot. He didn't really shoot it with good rhythm and good feel. I feel bad for him. You can see that he's really thinking on every shot. He's just not relaxed.
Comes back and knocks it out of bounds on the defensive end.
He's got so much talent, too. He's a very passive-looking personality, but that's his personality. He plays that way, and I'll tell you, you and I have seen him with some great games.
Absolutely.
Over the last 2 years.
One of the great spot-up shooters, really, in the country. And whistle foul inside. John Babel got bumped.
Kentucky foul on number 10.
There's Tayshaun right now. Doesn't have that good follow-through right there, and really not the kind of shot that he's capable of shooting.
Well, like you said, he pushed that one.
Yeah, he pushed it. He's aiming. He's aiming rather than just letting it go.
Sean Fine, and back-to-back fouls on Keith Bogans. And Bogans has 3, and I don't know if that's the plan for Georgia Tech to go at him, but he's the leading scorer for Kentucky, and now he's got some foul trouble.
Yeah, Tubby's got to get him out of the game.
There's the shooting in the first half. Both teams over 50%.
It was really a fun first half. A lot of exciting plays, a lot of threes.
Georgia Tech off the mark with its opening three-pointer, too, and Alvin Jones, I think, pushed off to get that rebound, and that's going to be 3 on the big fella for the Yellow Jackets.
You can't get away with that. The officials watching him. We saw it the other night. Look at Paul Ewing the other night in the game with Florida and Michigan State. Udonis Haslem hurt his club big time right in front of the referee. I mean, you can't get away with that. I mean, watch this right here. There goes the jumper. Now, there goes Alvin. I mean, how could he possibly push Stone out of the way like that and expect an official not to see that? I mean, come on now. I could see that from here, and I'm blind. Gee. I don't know what the thinking process is. See, I would attack Jones to try and get the 4th off. I'd bring the ball, attack the basket.
Saul Smith started hot, missed that one badly. And Jones has to look out. He couldn't go as aggressively for that loose ball rebound as he would have liked.
Because Kentucky is so inconsistent shooting the basketball, it puts a lot of pressure on their defense, on their rebounding, because you just don't know how they're going to shoot the basketball.
See Jones back away from going after that ball. Didn't want to get a cheap 4th foul as we're only a minute and a half into the second half.
Like Tubby said to me on the phone during the week, he said, we make shots, we'd have been probably undefeated. Like we had them in those 2 games in New York where they came up empty.
Yeah, they are maybe 2 shots away from being 6-0. Saul Smith just slapped Babel's hand out of the way.
So get it out of here.
6 on the shot clock. Stone trying to leave it in the paint. And out of bounds. It's going to go to Kentucky. 4 seconds on the shot clock, though, as they didn't get one away, so the inbounds will be very important. Georgia Tech will go to its bench.
Tayshaun out of California. See, here he gets the ball now. He's not even looking at the basket. So you got to get in triple threat position. You got to face it and want to attack and score.
That was timely that the shot clock got down and the ball went out of bounds because Paul Hewitt could make a substitution and not get Jones in any more foul trouble. Stone has to throw one up, and it goes up and over the basket.
You got to get in triple threat position. You got to be able to face the basket when you catch it, make your defensive player react to you, where you can either dribble and drive, or you can shoot or pass.
We don't have a score in the first 2 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, they couldn't miss in that first half, and now all of a sudden, struggle city.
They must have heard we thought it was going to be a 100-point game.
Right.
They skip pass inside of Babel, right back to Fine. Fine had it rim out on him. Strong rebound inside by Parker.
That's the old inside-outside action. Get the ball into the interior, bring it out. They like to do that out of their half-court sets, Georgia Tech.
Clevens, nice entry pass to Parker on a fade on the baseline. Rebound off to Georgia Tech.
He faded away from the goal rather than attack the basket.
Fine. Gave up a shot there.
Good screen up on top for Akins.
Now it's Babel. Got it.
Nice little curl move for Babel. Word on him is tenacious defender, hustler, scrapper, limited shooting ability, but he showed he can make the middle range jump shot.
Took us almost 3 minutes to get our first points of the second half, and it came from an unlikely source. John Babel knocks down the 16-footer, and Georgia Tech leads by 4. Entry inside is Stone, and he's fouled.
So I think Tayshaun would help himself going inside post a little bit with his great size as well. Now we're going to see right here, reversal to the basketball. They're going to swing it as the head fake. Akins finds Babel. See Babel in triple threat position. Could shoot, could pass or drive.
On that last play, they called an offensive foul on Marvin Stone, so Stone's got 3.
Yeah, Kentucky getting himself in foul trouble, Brian.
And immediately, Stone's got to head out, and Estill will come in for him.
Let me say this. Kentucky's going to have to play a heck of a lot better on the road next week against Michigan State
Oh, you got
to
that
be
right.
able to survive over there, where they got 34 in a row at home. They go on the road today for the first time all year. They've had a better home schedule, I told you the other night, than the Michigan State prison team. Tom Izzo, what a great job he is doing.
You're not kidding. Lewis got around Prince and had it rejected by Estill out into the first row.
Well, Estill's got shot blocked in the belly. He's got those long, long arms. He makes things happen when he comes off the bench.
Estill's 15th block shot of the young season.
Oh,
Look at the intensity of Tubby Smith. Highly respected by all his peers. Coached under Rick Pitino.
Aikens, nice dish
pass.
to Brooks.
Good
a chance for a 3-point play.
See, that's creating, that's innovating, that's finding the open man. And that's what the great little penetrators can do. The Jason Gardners of the world, the Frankie Williams, Jason Williams. Here he is, he breaks down a defensive player. He takes Saul Smith, he strips him, dumps it off. The 3D man, drive, draw, and dish to Roth. He bounces with joy. He said, I really enjoy playing, but he came and told you and I today. He said, hey, can we get those shoes that Kentucky's wearing? I said, hey, I'm not in the shoe business. He said, I want Kentucky shoes. He said, I want to wear shoes like they wear.
Kentucky already 4 fouls here in the first 3.5 minutes. That could come into play with Georgia Tech at the free throw line later. Double team on Smith.
It's not a place you want to take the basketball in a trap. Saul knows better than that.
Parker got it with a one-hand hook. Nope, it came out on it.
Jason's got to attack the basket a little more. He's drifting on his little jump hook rather than go right to the basket with authority and jamming that sucker.
That body of his, he doesn't have to be shy.
Exactly. He's going to just attack the glass. Very physical.
Fresh shot clock, 4 minutes into the second half. Kentucky trails 56-50. Saul Smith got the 3.
Saul squared his body well, like he did early in the game when he knocked down 3 trifectors.
But just when Georgia Tech had its biggest advantage, Saul Smith cut that in half in a hurry. Saul's got 12, all from three-point land.
Man-to-man defense. Saul matched up with Aikens. Aikens picking up his dribble a little bit too quick.
Babel will drive, try to reverse layup, and had it taken out of his hands by Prince. And it comes off to Estill.
Tayshaun with that long wingspan.
Estill, nice entry pass to Parker. That time he got it down.
Yeah, Jason Parker in deep. Once he catches the ball inside, he's got that unstoppable jump hook.
Kentucky 5 straight points.
Chris Lang has a great jump hook down there at North Carolina.
Babel on the drive, had it knocked out of there by Saul Smith. And we got a timeout with 15:06 remaining in the ball game. As Kentucky took a 6-point deficit and has cut it to 1. Teams had impressive road wins, upsets in the past week or so. For Georgia Tech, it was in the Wooden Classic. Tony Aikens put 28 on the Bruins of UCLA as Georgia Tech won that one by 5. And on the other side of the ledger, Kentucky handed North Carolina one of its worst home defeats in history as they put a licking on the Tar Heels. One of their 3 victories this season. So both clubs capable of big outings. And you see what they did in those ball games and who did the damage. Aikens did most of the damage for Georgia Tech. And today, it's been Halston Lane, who had 15 points in the first half, has yet to see the floor in the second half. And Saul Smith has 12 right now to keep Kentucky in the thick of things.
And Estill had a big game against North Carolina.
Here's Lane, who just came off the bench, missed a 3.
He didn't waste time shooting it, I'll tell you.
Took him about 4 seconds.
He didn't waste any time. Since he touched the rock, it was going to the rim.
So Kentucky can regain the lead if they score this trip.
Trying to get some execution on it. Half-court sets, a little down screen for Tayshaun. He's got to take him one-on-one. Trying to break him down and create something for a teammate.
Jones for Georgia Tech playing with those 3 fouls. 7 on the shot clock. Saul Smith off-balance jumper rimmed out. Sean Fine will clear it.
He's really thinking a lot more offense than he's done in the past.
Yes, he is.
Set that screen up high, Jones.
Nice crossover dribble by Tony Aikens. Had it rejected by Parker.
Parker did a great job rotating over defensively, closed off the angle.
Alvin Jones, nice defensive play with a steal. The lead pass for Fine on the break.
Nice play. Jones started with the defense, the Aikens, the good look, the unselfish play. The trend today has been unselfish, baby, unselfish. Give up the rock.
Yellow Jackets back in front by 3.
So important to have great point guard play to be able to win. College basketball without a point guard, you would struggle city.
Some teams have 2. The good ones.
Yes, sir.
Prince.
That's what he's got to do. Attack the basket, shoot the middle range, jump shot. He's got good touch. Forget about drifting to the three-point line. Get in transition a little, get some offensive rebounds.
Jones with an offensive touch. Nice spin on the baseline. Missed the shot, but they go to the free throw line.
He's improved his free throw shooting. Last year he was under 50%, Alvin Jones. Now we're going to watch them enter the basketball. Good play by Jones. There's the kick out to Aikens, and now Aikens, here he is, dribble penetration. Drops the ball to Fine with the conversion. Unselfish transition layup.
So Alvin, a 6'11" senior out of Lakeland, Florida, as Dick said, will be going to the free throw line, and there's the assist story in the ballgame.
Lakeland, Florida, the home of the Detroit Tigers. Great little city down the west coast of Florida.
Alvin only 3 points, but he has played pretty well. Pitch Tech in front by 2. Lewis is back in for Georgia Tech.
Yeah,
He's been quiet today, Lewis has.
He really has been quiet, and Alvin hasn't had a lot of looks inside because they really paid a lot of attention to him, and that's created opportunities for guys like Lane. You know, I mentioned the point guard play. It was great the other night to see Ron Curry give him 18 good minutes in North Carolina, because I'm really rooting. I like that kid. He's a great kid. And he's really, you know, trying to make the adjustment from football. And that's an area North Carolina's got to solidify that point guard position.
Austin Lane picks up his first foul. Paul Hewitt with Curtis Shaw having a little conversation, both smiling. That's good to see.
Very quiet in this arena. Usually when you and I are out of game somewhere, it's usually rocking. What a difference here than the other night over at Breslin.
It's quiet and it's cold in here. Hawkins pull-up jumper.
Yeah, Hawkins making things happen again. He can do that. If he can make that middle range jump shot, he will get a lot more playing time because he's very quick. He explodes for the basket. Been a great program, Oak Hill Academy.
That might be Estill, and if it is, it's 4. 3 in a hurry this half.
Yeah, really. That's a tough time for young players trying to adjust on a defensive end. So many of these kids really play a lot of zone in college. Look at Paul Hewitt. Look at Paul Hewitt.
He's living it on the sideline.
He's really well liked. I've talked to a lot of people at halftime. A lot of people say he's making a great impression here in the Atlanta area.
He's barely had time to get acclimated to the city itself. He's done so much work with the basketball program in such a short time, try to change some things in how they do it, recruiting and all of that.
He had the kids up at 6 a.m. He had to go in a swimming pool. Yeah. Conditioning was unbelievable, they said.
He told me practice was at 6 yesterday morning. I said, Coach, you won't see me there. Parker misses a hook. Here's Georgia Tech. Little transition. And they'll slow it back down.
They got to really be in great condition to play the kind of pace they play defensively and offensively.
T.J. Vine will pull it up. Missed the outside shot. Nice outlet pass to Prince from Daniels. And Prince will hammer it home.
Get in transition. Hey, to Prince. Maybe this will get him going now. Get him some momentum. Yeah. Tayshaun to the rack.
Kentucky in front by 1. Their first half.
A lot of Kentucky fans go wild.
Yeah, first lead of the second half.
They got some fantastic fans. They follow them all over. They love their Cats.
Jones, nice shot on the baseline, just didn't drop. Another rebound by Daniels.
Daniels has made things happen.
And Daniels had it swatted out by Jones.
Yes, sir. One of the great shot blockers in America. Human eraser, Alvin Jones.
That was a big-time shot block. He kept it in play.
His commandment is, thou shalt not enter thy lane.
And Tech turns it over on the other end.
Oh, speeding up the tempo, Brad Nessler. Getting a little alive in here.
That fast break by Tayshaun Prince lit up both teams.
Look at this kid. He's starting to... Yes, sir! That's Tayshaun we know in the last 3 minutes. Tayshaun has arrived. Where have you been?
Well, Georgia Tech goes from being 6 up to 3 down here in the last few minutes, and they're going to take a 20-second timeout to try to regroup a little bit.
All of a sudden, we have seen a spark in Tayshaun Prince I haven't seen all year.
Tayshaun 6 points in this half, 12 for the game. And one was a tomahawk job. Off the pass, a beautiful outlet pass by Daniel.
Yeah, here he goes to the basket. The one-hand jam, little tomahawk time, as Mr. Nessler called. Take a look again, the left-hander, smooth. sweet as can be. Jam City, and Tubby said, I like that. Tubby and the guys on the sideline. Saul says, I like it. That's my, look at that, that's my Tayshaun, he said.
6 straight points by Kentucky. It would have been 8, but Alvin Jones said, I don't think so.
Yes, Alvin just owns the lane, loves blocking shots. Had 348 coming into this game.
So 3-point Kentucky lead now at Phillips Arena in Atlanta. Brad Nessler and Dick Vitale, part of our day-night doubleheader here on ESPN as these two clubs get together for the 71st time. Kentucky has won the last 6, and Georgia Tech had a 6-point lead in this half before the eruption by the Cats just moments ago.
Wow, they had our name up there. Did you see it? They had your name and my name. Our names were on TV. I can't believe it. We're on TV. Wow.
Wait until someday when you have to get a real job. Akins for 3.
Takes
for a 4-point play.
Oh, very unique. A 4-point play by Akins. What an answer that is. Hey, Reese Davis, what an answer.
Tied at 63, at least momentarily. Tony Akins will go to the free throw line.
Let me turn to Mike Sutton, his fine assistant. So what is going on? I can't believe that. Tony,
Can he make it a 4-point play? Yes, he can.
Boy, you had said, I wish I only had one of those the other night when he was 1 for 12 against Georgia.
So Tony knocks down his second 3-pointer, and he adds a free throw. And Georgia Tech back in front by that free throw. And we got a block party going on here in Atlanta as Estill rejected one. Prince took one away from Babel. Parker got in the action, and so did Alvin Jones.
Yeah, Alvin
Good defensive play on both sides.
Yeah, he said anything you guys can do, I can do better. But look at the blocks right now. Kentucky with 5.
Parker's got 2 of those. Tayshaun Prince, who put the streak together, 6 points in this half, 12 for the game.
Boy, Georgia Tech's got some great recruits they signed up for next year. They got a kid by the name of Ed Nelson coming in from out of Florida, a kid by the name of Barry Elder from out of Georgia. They also have a kid by the name of Ismail Muhammad from out of Muhammad High School in Atlanta, Georgia. 6'6" player they're really high on. And Michael Southwell, who signed originally with Kentucky. 6'10's coming here. Has had some problems off the court, but they said he's really, they think, going to mature and do things the right way, so they're giving him an opportunity here at Georgia Tech.
Here's Bogans outside the line. The rebound is Brooks up high.
He's a good rebounder, very active player out of Saginaw, Michigan, where they produce a lot of outstanding high school players. Played with Jason Richardson.
Tony Akins with his head up is going to take it himself. And Babel, I think, pushed, trying to get the rebound. They're going to call it on Prince from behind. It's going to be on Tayshaun Prince. That's his second. Coming up Tuesday night at 7, arch rivals square off. Jim Calhoun at number 13, UConn takes on the Minutemen. The Mass Mutual game. Then at 9, senior center Eric Chenoweth leads the 4th-ranked Jayhawks into the Windy City for a battle with the Blue Demons. UConn, UMass at 7, Kansas DePaul at 9, Tuesday night on ESPN.
Well, I'll tell you, Connecticut really has got a tough one today with Arizona. Lauren Woods coming back, and Massachusetts. Bruiser Flint, everybody cheering for one of the most likable guys you can want, but they're struggling up there at Massachusetts.
And Roy Williams' team got knocked down a little bit the other night, and Roy said, we got our butt kicked, and you can make that a headline.
Yep. And Wake Forest really played a brilliant game, did so many things right. Davey Odom said, though, that, they played without Kenny Gregory, but you can't take anything away. I watched some of that game, and the Wake Forest kids executed. They defended well. They just played super basketball, but they missed the quickness of Gregory, Kansas.
Kentucky got a little transition going on, and there's a foul inside. That's going to be a Clarence Moore.
Clarence Moore just filling himself out, trying to get in basketball condition. He was out since that injury to his broken bone in his foot, which he suffered in the middle of October.
Pickup game.
Yeah, unreal.
They're going to call that foul apparently on Jones, not on Moore. So Jones has 4, and that's going to sit him down.
Well, that's big. Going out with 10 minutes and 33. Your team is right now a +3. We've got to keep that. He goes out with a +3 and 10:33. They're big center.
Another quick Georgia Tech foul.
Yeah, doesn't have a great line, but his presence on the floor creates problems. People don't think about attacking the basket because of him on the inside.
He's had a couple of steals as well as those numbers you see. And Saul Smith is going to shoot 3 as he was fouled outside the arc.
Well, I look across, I see Woody Durham's son, Wes Durham, does a great job on radio. Ralph Hacker here. I'm going to pick one day my all Kaywood Ledford team. Guys that do a great job on radio. You know these guys. Bob Davis, Max Falkenstein for over at Kansas. You can think about Nick Hubert of Florida. Guys like Charlie McAllen, Alexander down there at University of South Carolina. Don Fisher, Indiana. There's a host
Ralph
of
and
guys.
Sam Bowie on the left.
Yes, sir. And they had a great one here at Georgia Tech. Lost his life.
Al Serraldo.
Al Serraldo.
My old buddy.
Yes, sir. He was a great guy.
Tony Aiken slipped, almost went over and back at midcourt. Saul Smith blew an opportunity there to cut into the lead as he went 1 for 3 from the free throw line. And Saul's a better free throw shooter than that. He's 81% plus.
Yeah, he's got to convert there, especially when your team is struggling around the road. You got to make those.
And Babel on the penetration fouled inside.
Georgia Tech, I'll tell you, they really seem to have a special hop to their game. I thought this year, I'll be very honest with you, when I looked at their personnel, I thought this year was going to be a big-time struggle for Paul Hewitt to be able to survive. But he and that coaching staff have done a great job getting these kids to believe in their system. And that's half the battle. Believing in your system, selling it to the kids, and the kids responding to you in a positive way. And they got to believe in each other. And that helps, too, when you go on a road and you beat UCLA.
That's right. Don Babel hits the free throw. Georgia Tech by 3 at the midway point. Alvin Jones a little bit disgruntled, and Sean Fine says, hey, man, we're in it. We're winning. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, relax. That's team togetherness. That's called chemistry. That's called chemistry. PB equals lead, H2O. Hydrogen plus 2 parts of hydrogen. Hey, man, I'll tell you, I was a bad chemistry student.
I bet. And I don't mean bad the good way. Kentucky turns it over.
Fine says, I want some burn, man. You know what burn is? Some playing time.
Lane. Got it.
He's not going to get playing time as long as that guy's knocking down the J. Austin Lane.
17 for Lane.
That was a deuce.
Prince kicks outside. Probably should have taken the shot. Hawkins instead turns it over.
Nice pass.
Babel. Foul by Prince.
Nice pass.
Tayshaun went down a little bit funny.
Babel did a great job attacking the basket to get the contact to go to the line as Prince laying on that baseline.
He landed very strangely trying to play defense, and I hope that right leg's okay.
Looks like he's going to be okay. A little bit right now. We're going to see one guy goes to the deck. Now here's Hawkins. 2 other guys go to the deck. The 3rd guy goes to the deck, and he tries to pass to a guy laying on the floor. You can't pass it there, Brad.
They had a 5-on-2, and instead they turn it over, and it led to this on the other end.
Look at Lane. He is feeling that jump shot.
Tayshaun Prince is being helped off. He's not 100% by any stretch. Babel went in strong, and Prince went up to block the shot or make sure he had to send him to the free throw line. Watch how he lands now on that right leg when he comes down.
Yeah.
Ouch. See, your knee doesn't go that way.
Exactly.
A little bit of a hyperextension, and I hope that's all it is. As that was not a good-looking replay. As Babel goes back to the stripe and rolls one around and in.
He's a wiry kid. He's got that sleek body, long frame.
Kentucky went on that spurt and got up by 3, and now Georgia Tech has turned it around, and they have gone on a 10-1 run of their own, and Babel can add to that right now.
And the spark was Aikens in that 4-point play.
That's right. And they hit it, and they have a 7-point lead. That's the biggest one by either team this afternoon.
You talk about winning the respect of your players and getting some credibility. I mean, they beat Kentucky here, and on top of a UCLA W, this would be a monster W for a guy like Paul Hewitt starting his own program here.
Blevins outside, and that might be Lane with a push trying to get that rebound. And that's going to be 3 on Lane.
Georgia Tech foul at number 33, Halston Lane. That's his 3rd. 15th foul.
Wait a minute, Doc. It's the other one.
Got to go on the other one a little bit, too. I say, yeah, check. I'm going to work on this one, too. This one hurts a little right here, Doc.
I know for a fact it was the right one that went the wrong way. Here's the outside jumper off the mark by Daniels.
And Daniels been shooting the ball so well all year. Struggling on that shot, but he's had a great year for Kentucky.
Fine out to Vines. Georgia Tech really playing with some bounce in their step right now.
I was just going to say that. They really are very active, very confident.
Lane got another 3.
Oh, what a day he's having.
He's got 20 points.
Who is he? Who is he?
Bogans goes up, missed the shot. And the foul going to be, I believe, on Brooks.
Let me just tell you this, Brad. The other day, I made a phone call to the Georgia Tech basketball office. Now we're going to watch Lane knock this jumper down. I mean, somebody better find him. Somebody better understand he can make shots. He's getting wide open looks. But let me tell you, I called up and we talked about all their players.
I bet you his name didn't come up very
I got
early,
about 10 seconds about Mr. Lane. And I jotted a note down and said, maybe see some action. But what a show he's putting on.
Bogans, nice drive by Keith Bogans. His first basket of the second half.
And that's his strength, to attack the basket. Utilize your strength. Some of the guys want to prove to the world they can shoot from the perimeter when they're good drivers.
Lane again. Got another one.
Oh my God, I cannot believe it. Are they serious? Where's this kid been?
Halston Lane's got 23 points.
And he's not bashful. Every time he's touching it, and nobody's guarding him. Somebody's going to tell Kentucky he can make shots.
Bogans, little jump stop in the paint. He's going to go to the free throw line. Holy smokes.
He's playing horse out here. He's playing horse right now, and nobody's guarding him.
He averages 4.7 points a game. This is his 23rd right here.
Look at this, squaring his body. They're finding him, and he is drilling it.
They're going to send him to Phillips Arena to practice every day.
He is drilling it. His teammates say, wow, we can't believe it. Look at them. They can't believe it. They're shocked. They're shocked. They say, wow.
All of a sudden, he's got his own band over there. It's the Oak Ridge Boys. This guy's from Oak Ridge, Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
Bogans with a free throw.
Kids dream of that kind of an opportunity. You go to bed at night saying, if I can only get some playing time. I can only get some playing time. Look at Paul Ewing. He's saying, where have you been?
This is fun.
It's not
fun
fun
to see some.
Tubby
No, it's not. But it's fun to see some kid come out of the bushes and go crazy.
Yeah, especially after you hear about so many guys who become overrated. It's great to see guys. Look at this. He wants to get to the bench.
The quicker you get to the bench, the quicker you can get back on the floor.
He also wants to hear the coach say, great job. He wants to say, coach, come on, coach, tell me great job.
Georgia Tech a 9-point lead, just under 8 to play.
Dark.
Reese Davis in the studio with you. Miami at Notre Dame. It's Miami, Ohio, and Rich Allendorf, the Red Hawks' most improved player from last year, following his own. They've already beaten Temple, guys, and they're up 5 on the Irish.
Our race here at 77-68. Georgia Tech was 7:58 remaining in the ball game with the lead. They led by 10 points moments ago.
And the reason is shooting of this guy here.
This is a kid that averaged 24 points a game as a senior in high school. But this is the big leagues, and he's got 23 in this one.
They said he played well in the summer league here this summer. They're trying to get him to give him some point production. Remember last year, Jason Collier out with an injury now, but was getting good minutes for Houston in the NBA.
Look at that bench scoring for Georgia Tech. You could go a month in the old days without their bench scoring that much.
Yeah, Bobby never went to the bench, played 6 or 7 guys. That was his system.
Whistle, foul.
Did well with his system as well. I hope he gets back in coaching. Somebody out there got to give Bobby Clemens another opportunity. He did a great job here.
Bobby's down at Hilton Head probably watching this game right now.
We miss him.
We miss him, absolutely.
He did
Coming into the game, Georgia Tech averaged 17 a game off the bench. And as we just showed you, their bench is dominating, especially Halston Lane today. There's Moore short on the free throw.
They got to get Moore to be a little productive. He's got to get back his basketball stamina and wind after the injury because he's very athletic. He can really jump, get on the glass.
Lane gets a breather, and Lewis will come in for him. And boy, there's a new hero in Atlanta right now.
Oh, is he going to be a hero tomorrow on campus, especially if they win? He'll be a BMC tonight at all the parties. Big man on campus. Yes, sir.
10-point Georgia Tech lead as we approach 7:35 with Dick Vitale. Brad Nessler with you from Phillips Arena.
Hey, if Kentucky's going to get back, they got to get Prince to start going again. He's got to really give him a spark.
Parker missed. Akins clears it. Fine. Nice crossover dribble, but Blevins cut him off at the pass.
Control, managing a little bit of the clock, taking good shots now. You want good shots with each possession. You don't want to play scared, but you want good shots.
Lewis open on the baseline. Got it.
That's a good shot for him. He played for Stu Vetter in high school, Coach Dennis Scott.
And like Dennis, he buries the three.
Yeah, Dennis played on the lethal weapons. Then they have Oliver, Kenny Anderson, and Dennis.
That's
1990 for Bobby Clemens. Went to the Final Four. Tubby knows this is a tough, tough game. This is a game you got to win, especially with a date coming up with Michigan State. We're going to watch him right now kick it out to Marvin Lewis. We heard that Marvin the Magnificent's been a good big-time shooter, and there it is, showing his shooting ability.
And 5 points for Lewis as Blevins steps to the free throw line, and JP short-armed the free throw.
They are struggling right now shooting the basketball. That's been an Achilles heel the last 2 years for Kentucky.
Only 61% from the free throw line coming in, and they've done pretty much that today, and it hasn't helped their cause.
Over the years, you think of Kentucky.
Babel, what a spin move on the baseline, but he didn't finish. And now, loose ball, Brooks comes up with a steal. Fine on a cross-court pass. And Prince now calms it down for Kentucky, but they're down 13.
Prince and Bogan's got to go to work on the wings.
And Prince from way out. Got his own miss. Tayshaun inside will go to the free throw line.
He's much more effective when he's operating in the middle range area than he is out of perimeter.
Georgia Tech foul at number 23,
John Babel picks up his 4th foul.
We're going to see Akins now dump the ball inside. Now take a look at Babel on the interior. We're going to watch him with a little ball fake, swing to the baseline, and he beats Bogans. And there's the contact on him. Great ball fake by Babel for you young kids out there. Use that ball. Use your head. Fake.
Tayshaun Prince with a dozen.
He's going to have a very quiet, like 15, 16.
That's right. Here comes Alvin Jones, and Georgia Tech actually gained in their lead. They were up 3 when Alvin sat down. Now they're up a dozen. 6:21 left.
Yeah, you're right. They were up by a +3 with 10:33 on the clock when he went out with that 4th foul. I don't know if I wouldn't wait maybe just 2 minutes more before bringing him on the floor. They had good rhythm.
Tayshaun got them both.
It's a big game for the kids at Georgia Tech, and especially for Paul Hewitt. You're trying to put a little stamp on your program, trying to get a little identity.
They shot terribly in midweek against Georgia, lost by 5 to the Dogs.
They played them tough. Jimmy Herrick said his club's playing a lot better now with Ezra Williams and D.A. Lane.
They've had some quality wins. Georgia, that
That'd be
is.
Utah.
Yep. And a whistle and a foul. It'll be on Blevins.
Kentucky foul on number 3, JP.
You can tune in every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday nights following SportsCenter for college hoops tonight. Carl Ravitch will be along with Jay Billis and Brad Doherty as they give an inside look at the world of college basketball. College hoops tonight, Wednesday through Friday, right here on ESPN.
That's a combination, Doherty and Billis. Wow, what a 1-2 punch. Billis working the glass, rebounding, and Doherty shooting that little
And
jump
of
shot.
course, Carl is handing out the assists.
And Carl right now is working in our baseball stores. Mentioning baseball, what about Hampton and Nagel getting hundreds of millions of pitch in Denver
Unbelievable.
and Colorado? Wow.
Well, the Braves thought that they had a shot at Hampton before yesterday's signing, and John Sherholt said, well, I guess I could do something else on Sunday then, because that's when I was supposed to meet with his agent.
Well, why don't you put all that money together? Go get Alex. Go get A-Rod,
I'm
baby.
for you on that one.
Give him anything he wants, A-Rod. He did great here in Atlanta.
There'll be some discussions about that this weekend at the baseball meetings. Bogans lost the handle. Ball still loose, but Stone dishes to Prince. Blocked by Moore from behind.
Scored a basket. Interference.
Give that to Tayshaun Prince. Clarence says, you know, I got a sore foot, ref. I thought that was a pretty good play.
We're going to watch right here now. Going to lay it down. Definitely interference. Ball coming off the glass. Going up into the basket. It's got it on his downward.
Backcourt pressure by Kentucky. Lewis pull up. And Moore underneath. Missed in close. Bogans. And a blocking foul on Fine. Fine says, well, where was I supposed to go?
Kentucky really getting out hustled on the glass right now too, Brad. Really getting out hustled right there. Moore should have had that layup on the offensive rebound. Should have had the conversion right here. Georgia Tech really out hustling Kentucky right here. Bogans gets away with a little one right there.
Sean Fine on the deck with his 3rd foul.
You look at the SEC, you think of Arkansas, they're going to be tough as well this year. Tennessee right now without a loss. Had a tough one with West Virginia. I'll tell you again, Catlett's club's only got 1 loss. Lost a heartbreaker to Tennessee.
Keith Bogan steps up. 17 points. And again, the free throws off the mark.
How are you going to get back in the game if you can't make free throws, Brad? I mean, you got to make free throws. You got to be able to convert, especially when you're struggling here as a team. And these kids shoot enough in practice. They work on that. I know Tubby Smith works on that all the time.
And that one goes in.
There's a trap.
Loose ball. Saul Smith picks up. And now a foul on Lane. And Georgia Tech self-destructing here a little bit.
And maybe that's a little spark that they need. You see Paul Hewitt giving a little love right there to his guard.
Halston Lane picks up his 4th foul. And if you'd have told me 2 hours ago that I said Halston Lane picks up his 4th foul and that could be critical, you'd have thought I was crazy.
Wow.
Because you didn't think he'd be on the floor long enough to even get 4 fouls, much less 23 points.
Yeah, he's put a show on today. He's been the PTPer today.
And Bogans misses another.
Got to get that rotation, Keith. Step off the line, think.
Only 6 of 11 from the line, Kentucky in this half. And it is not helping him. Got the second. Here's the backcourt pressure again.
Kentucky going to full court trap. You got to step to the basketball. You got to beat the ball.
Finally, they get it in Aiken's hands. That's who Georgia Tech wants to bring it up.
Yeah, you want to swing it away from the trapping area. Now Kentucky's got to lock it up defensively. They got to really take a sense of pride on the defensive end. They got to realize that jersey they represent stands for greatness, and they got to really try to suck it up and play with some pride.
Got it down to single digits. And here's a steal by Prince. Nice play by Tayshaun Prince, playing the passing lane and scores it on the other end.
Good job by Tayshaun. Got right in the lane. Good timeout. Good timeout by Paul Hewitt. He smells a little bit of a possible run here by Kentucky.
They have put a nice one together to make it a 7-point game. They were down 13 just about a minute and a half ago.
A lot of time left on the clock. The one thing that Akins has done really well tonight is played under control, but that was a bad pass right there. Tayshaun seen that all the way. He telegraphed that baby.
Tayshaun Prince with the left hand. Georgia Tech with 3 guys that are seeing a lot of action. 2 starters that are left-handed, and they've had some pretty good left-handed point guards over time, haven't they?
Not bad. Kenny Anderson was sensational from out of New York City. Travis Best now doing a great job. Isaiah Thomas. Talk about point guards. Inch for inch, pound for pound. There was no one better than Isaiah Thomas.
Take a flashback look at a great left-hander that played for Georgia Tech for Bobby Cremins, Kenny Anderson.
Silky smooth out of New York City, Archbishop Malloy High School.
As Dick said, part of that lethal weapon 3 with Dennis Scott and Brian Oliver. And right now, Georgia Tech, the current edition of the Yellow Jackets, leading by 7. Just under 5 minutes to play. As Dick said, a lot of basketball left.
They went 1990 to Final Four. That was the year that UNLV, the Running Rebels, just dominated and won the national title. Remember, they blew out Duke by about 30, and then Duke got the following year a little revenge in a semifinal game. Bob Hurley hitting a big 3, and that led Mike Krzyzewski to go back-to-back, 91 and 92.
Well, this city was mile high for that trip to Denver at that time. Here's the backcourt pressure again. Tony Akins got ahead of Saul Smith. TJ Vines was all alone, and I know he was thinking, if I take this and miss it, I'm dead.
They want to manage the clock a little bit, but you don't want to play scared. You don't want to play scared. You want to spread the court, get good spacing so they can't trap. You want to make free throws.
Vines thinking about a reverse layup, thought the better of it, got it out of there.
They're using the clock. So these kids playing under poison, under control, Akins. Something I didn't see a whole lot of them last year.
Looking for a pick from Jones, looking for an alley. And
charge.
Offensive foul on Tony.
Yes, sir. He left his feet, got the charge. Paul Hewitt smells this one getting a little bit away, Brad. See, if I was Prince now, I would go try to post on the inside, get in the wing area, and then slide maybe inside, but work on the wing area.
Saul Smith holds his ground well on that, taking that charge. Kentucky on a 6-0 run. Clear out for Bogans to bring it up.
I got Alvin Jones inside with those 4 fouls. He's just zoning up in the middle of that defense.
We'll work under 4 minutes on the next shot by Kentucky. There it is, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Good play right there by Kentucky. They know that. They know that Jones has got 4 fouls, so they bring the ball into the middle. They know that he's not going to be a factor trying to attack the ball defensively, and Marvin Stone delivers.
And Babel's going to foul out on this play as well.
There's the 45-degree angle. There's the entry inside. There's the catch, the conversion by Marvin. They are creeping slowly back. And there it is, the conversion. Lays it on the glass.
And for Babel, that's 5. So he'll lead with exactly 4 minutes to play. And the senior, although he doesn't score a lot, does a lot of the dirty work and did score pretty well today with 9 points.
Yeah, 9. He's going to be graduating on December 17th. He'll be a graduate student. You know, it's amazing how you think as a coach things are in great shape. You're up by 13. You think you're home free, and then all of a sudden, boom. Here you are, 5, and that struggle city now. What looked like it was going to be easy for Georgia Tech coming down the stretch is now struggle city.
What they might have to do is open it back up and say, let's go play the way we were playing, and if we lose, we lose.
Exactly.
But to get tight now and be up rather, only 5 with 4 to go.
Well, you can't play scared. You got to manage the clock, but you don't want to play scared. You got to be able to take the open shot.
Marvin Stone will try to cap the 3-point play. He's got 10 points in the ball game. Free throws are going to be all important now. That one does go. So Kentucky has swung it back in their favor. They were down 13. Now they trail by only 4.
You're getting in a situation where you're trying not to lose. Playing not to lose comes back to haunt you.
9 straight Kentucky points. And now let's see what Georgia Tech does with it on the offensive end. They're looking for any kind of score or to get somebody to the free throw line, whatever. And Saul Smith almost came up with a steal. In fact, the possession arrow will be Georgia Tech's, or he would have had a steal.
They might have to find Marvin Lewis, maybe get Lewis off for a 3. They need a big 3 somewhere, Georgia Tech.
Going to be a crazy 3:36, so don't go anywhere because Kentucky is back in the hunt. Georgia Tech's lead has been sliced to 4.
Now, this is how the glove do it.
Give me my ball back.
Well, then take your ball in. Yeah, the glove. Did you see it? Me, mostly me. This is my domain. The glove. Hey, hold on, man. You ain't gonna be disrespecting me like that. When I ain't looking, huh? Oh, boy, that's something else.
I will not.
To Bloomsburg at the NCAA Division II College Football National Championship. Live from Florence, Alabama next. And then don't forget the Heisman Trophy presentation presented by Wendy's. 8 o'clock tonight. We'll find out who will be the Heisman winner for 2000. And George O'Leary, that guy did a marvelous job with the Georgia Tech football team this year. They'll play in the Peach Bowl in late December here in Atlanta, just down the street at the Georgia Dome.
Got a nice contract extension, got some more cash. It's getting in your league.
Right. Hogan's outside.
Uh-oh, the Cats are there. The Cats are there.
The Cats are on the prowl.
There was no quitting the Cats.
A 1-point game. Georgia Tech, they're desperate for points this trip, Dick.
They got a mailbox smasher going right now. Poor Hewitt's club's got to find somebody to come. Maybe Akins with a little dribble penetration. Levin's playing him tough.
Akins almost threw it away.
They got Lane back on the floor looking for his jump shot.
Tony Akins is going to take a shot, I'm telling you. Didn't get it, though. Jones tried to follow. Loose ball. Picked up. Lane. Missed a hook shot. Another scramble. Trying to get a timeout called, and Saul Smith did get a timeout called before the possession arrow scramble ensued.
Yeah, good play by Saul. You know, Brad, they became a different team. They became a different team when Alvin Jones came back on the floor. They had a rhythm. I'm not certainly saying they're a better team without Alvin Jones, but they really had a nice rhythm to them. And they really struggled.
The amazing thing is, you mentioned that. We wrote it down. 10:33 left when Alvin Jones sat down with his 4th personal foul. Since he came in, Georgia Tech, before he came back in, I should say, led by 13 points.
Yeah, went up to 13.
And they've got everything in gear at that point.
Well, you know what I think happens when a guy gets floored many a time? They get very passive. They go on the floor. They're worried about getting the 5th, so they don't play their normal game. And I think that's what happened to Alvin Jones. They have to find a spark. Somebody's got to make a 3.
Plus, Georgia Tech went up and down the floor more with him out of the lineup. Not that he can't run the floor, but with the smaller guys out there, they were scrapping up and down the floor. Now you take a look at the reset. Both teams in the bonus. Possession arrows Kentucky's. And Georgia Tech down to 1 timeout.
The guy that's got to step up is going to be either Lewis or Fine. They got to look for a three.
Fine almost got a steal on the inbound. Now Lewis will pressure Prince, and the clock did not come on. The shot clock only ticked off a couple of seconds, and there was, I'm sure, at least 6 seconds. In fact, I was getting ready to say they're going to have to hurry in the backcourt. There's a lot more than 2 seconds that have elapsed since they inbound the ball. There we go. So now they're going to have to hustle a little bit.
Seems like they've got it all settled. Paul Hewitt seems content with what they're doing.
We'll see how much pressure Georgia Tech puts on the backcourt right now, because Kentucky's got to hurry to get it over the timeline. Saul Smith is telling right now, or talking it over with Frank Scagliotta and with Tayshaun Prince, about what kind of time they do have. They get it into Saul.
Man-to-man defense by Georgia Tech.
Aikens on Bogans, and that's a mismatch.
I'd go to Stone inside with the 4 fouls on Jones.
There he is. Faces up on Alvin Jones, but doesn't look offensively for the ball yet.
They need a defensive stop.
Prince for 3. Rebound, Alvin Jones. A big rebound for Georgia Tech with 2:05 left.
Well, the way Tayshaun Prince has been shooting the ball all year, that's a shot that you would want him to take. Georgia Tech fans, get up, those that are here.
They've had a long drought looking for points.
They have had a drought, man. It's been drought city.
It's like Lake Lanier right now out here north of Atlanta. Stone with a foul, and Jones will go to the free throw line.
Had a 13-point lead down now to 1. Jones has got to make free throws. Last year was under 50% as a free throw shooter.
Today he's hit the 2 he's taken.
They got to end this Schneid. He's got to convert right here. Division II football championship coming up. Hey, maybe that's what they ought to do in Division I. I know the BCS.
Here we go.
I know the intent was great. I think the intent was great. Roy Kramer, the SEC commissioner, as he misses the free throw, and all the guys, John Swafford, Jim Delaney, Mike Tranghese, their hearts are in the right place. They have a passion for intercollegiate athletics, and it was better than it used to be. But now the solution is you got to go playoff. But they're good people. They love college athletics. Those that are criticized. Oh, what a
Jones, too.
Oh, that's a big. See, you're a senior. You got to convert there. You're a leader. They count on you.
Kentucky can take the lead if they score, and we've only got a minute 37 left.
You talk about great wins, which it would have been for Georgia Tech. It could be a bad loss after you had the lead that they had.
Credit Kentucky for scrapping their way back in.
Yeah, they did a great job hustling and scrapping to get themselves in a position to win the game.
Prince fading away. Doesn't get the roll. Alvin Jones has had 2 big rebounds. This one is going to be off his knee, though.
Brad, why does a big player bring the ball down? So many big guys make the mistake when they rebound or bringing the ball to the floor, and they negate their great size. They become a 5'11" instead of a 6'11". Look at this. He brings the ball down, allows the defensive player to reach in and deflect it off of Keith Bogans with the good play. That's a no-no.
Great play by Bogans. A minute 18, all that's left. The lead for Georgia Tech is down to 1.
Two plays for $1. When I was a kid, a handful of nickels would keep the jukebox playing all night long.
Yeah, you know, you can't get much for $1.
2 that would have been huge, trying to steer that one in with his head. And you can see the reaction. Georgia Tech has gone almost 5 minutes without any kind of score. Wow. They led by 13. 81-68, and now they're clinging to a 1-point lead. That 81-68 lead seems like it's about 3 days ago to Georgia Tech's bench.
You know, you talk about missing free throws. As we said earlier, Paul Hewitt's been so successful teaching the free throw, the efficiency of it, led the nation 2 years in a row at Siena. And oh, how they can come back to haunt you. That missed free throw.
Prince, Bogans, Blevins, Stone, and Smith on the floor for Kentucky with 1:12 to play.
See, here's where Tayshaun Prince has got to make himself a PT period. He's got to want the basketball. He's got to want the ball.
Down low.
And there it is. There it is. Good play. He wanted the ball. It was a call by Tubby Smith. Set that up. Little 2-man play.
Kentucky by 1. Jones wanting it for Georgia Tech. Wheels on Stone, and he's going to go back to the free throw line. But will it be better to him this time than it was last?
Well, you know, not a bad foul right there, because you're going to make this guy have to prove he can make free throws, Brad.
Plus that fouls Stone out. So Stone will leave with 51 seconds left, which could be a factor in case this game goes to overtime.
Well, the one thing, they got some bodies they can run on a floor. Big people, as coaching staff, Hobbs and Sutton, pull the team over to the sideline. What a great play, though, by Tayshaun Prince in that situation. They doubled on him. He wanted the ball, and he converted. And that's what the great players do, the #1 options. They want the ball late in the game. You and I saw it in the Illinois game when Jason Williams wanted the basketball when that game was clutch.
Don't forget, coming up later tonight, Michigan Wolverines will be taking on the Blue Devils of Duke, the top-ranked team in the country. That's at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific. Right here on ESPN. For more, log on to ESPN.com.
Wolverines got two nice young players. I love Lavelle Blanchard, and Bernard Robinson has a chance to be really good.
Here's some huge free throws. Bigger than the other two, if that's possible. And he missed another.
Wow. Wow, that'll be a nightmare for him to go to the dorm tonight if they're going to lose this game and come up empty, because really needs some of these, especially when you're a senior.
Our last tie was at 63.
He looked pretty good making his first two today.
And he got the roll. We're tied at 84. So the ball game all comes down to the last 45 seconds. We've been playing for 2 hours.
And now Georgia Tech's got to come on a defensive stop. They got Lewis. Right now, Prince is going to slide down inside. Bogan's a slasher. He likes to take the big shot.
Bogan's on a hook. In and out. Alvin Jones with a rebound. That thing was halfway home.
Georgia Tech's got a chance to win it. Georgia Tech's got a chance to win it.
They take their last timeout.
Paul Ewan's got a chance to get a great win in his program early in his career.
So it all comes down to 23 seconds.
You know, you and I were here last year. Was overtime against Stanford.
That's right.
Georgia Tech and Stanford.
Watch this shot by Bogans. I thought this thing was going to the bottom. It was a third of the way down the net.
Well, he's a driver. He likes to take big shots, not afraid of making the big play. It was right there. I mean, that was right there for the W.
Don't forget, Delta State, Bloomsburg, from Florence, Alabama. You ever been to Florence, Alabama?
No, I've never been down to Florence,
Nice
Alabama.
place. They treat you well down.
Wow.
That's where we'll have the Division II football championship following our game.
I know you and I will be down from Kentucky and Alabama and Tuscaloosa, and I haven't been there for a while. You know, right now, though, Brad, strategy is so important. You got to know the situation, the time. You got to know strategically what you want to achieve. And this is where a guy like Tony Akins and his experience, he has to be the guy that's going to want the ball in his hands and create an opportunity for a shooter. They got 3 shooters on the floor.
Right now, they've got
Fine.
Lewis, Fine, and Akins. And,
Yes, sir.
and don't forget Lane, who's the leading scorer for Georgia Tech off the bench.
And if I'm Alvin Jones, I turn him loose to the offensive boards. So many times, it's the missed shot that usually comes into play on a conversion.
Here's the ball game, or will it be overtime? We'll find out.
1-4 setup. This place will rock if he can score here.
Here's Sean Fine with 8 on the shot.
They want Akins to penetrate.
Tony Akins looks up.
No.
Sean Fine, baseline shot for the win. Got it!
There it is! Oh, great execution! What a big shot! Great execution, a lot of poise, a lot of patience. There's still time left.
1.3 left, but that might be the winner.
What a nice job of executing, Mr. Nessler. They get the middle range jump shot. Fine shot that with unbelievable control and poise. Poise, patient, and points. The 3 Ps. There he is right now. They overload. He gets a little head fake on Bogans, leaves Bogans, and there's the little jumper. Look at the reaction of the bench.
They know it's going. You can see Babel said that baby is going in.
Well, that's a guy you want to shoot the ball. He's got great touch. He's got great touch.
18 points, and the reaction on the other end will tell the story for Kentucky.
It's a double-dose headache for Kentucky if they were to lose this game, because we say they got a day gate coming up with Michigan State at Michigan State.
Sean Fine, now watch the clock wind down, and Akins finds him in the corner. And then the little jumper on the baseline. And now Georgia Tech is 1.3 seconds away from a huge win for first-year coach Paul Hewitt. And Kentucky takes its timeout.
Smart play there, Brad, by putting a guy on the baseline, not to allow him to get a great look.
You know, they'll never remember if it's the first field goal in 6 minutes or not. They'll only remember it's the one that won it.
And they were up 13. But a good job by Paul Hewitt right there. Kentucky recognizes it, calls a timeout. For the people out there, remember this. The game clock does not start until someone touches the basketball.
And also keep in mind, as again we remind you about the football championship following us.
Look at the clock winding down. They're using the entire clock. Good clock management right here. They spread the court. They do a great job with spacing. 15 to 17 feet apart, so he can't get a lot of help. Bogan's made a bad play defensively. He made a bad gamble on that baseline. And look at the reaction, the love. Give me some love, he says. Give me some love. I need some burn, man. I need some playing time.
Kentucky now will inbound on the baseline. If they take a shot, a three-pointer, it'll be a winner if it goes. If they go full court pass to try to get it down, they'll go for the tie. Saul Smith can run the baseline, and here's the football pass. It's knocked away by Alvin Jones right into our table, and Georgia Tech has beaten Kentucky and snapped the 6-game losing streak against the Wildcats.
What a great win for Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech goes to 5-2. It is a big one for Paul Hewitt. They win it by 2. For Dick Vitale and our entire ESPN crew, Brad Nessler saying so long from Atlanta. Division II football championship is next.